Right now, we are facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Climate change is our greatest threat in thousands of years. If we fail to take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. This graph illustrates our exact trajectory. The data confirms that time is running out. The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now is 50 higher than it was in 1900. We are caught in a destructive loop. Not only are we piling more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, but we are also chopping down the forests of the Earth at a great rate. We are destroying the exact ecosystems that serve as the most efficient consumers of carbon dioxide that there are on Earth. To address a problem of this scale, we have to start by measuring our own impact. To do this, you will need to gather a few items. Pause the video, get a pen, a piece of paper, your most recent utility bill, and a rough estimate of how many miles you drive each week. We cannot subject our fragile planet to further damage, and never can we sit back and wait for miracles to save us. Calculating your personal impact is the first required step. Miracles don't happen. Sweat happens, efforts happens, thought happens. Step 1 is establishing your personal carbon baseline. You cannot effectively reduce an emission target until you know exactly what your current output is. On this calculator interface, enter the total cost from your monthly utility bill into the first field and your weekly transit mileage into the second field. The calculator processes your direct resource consumption and outputs a specific individualized metric, your total annual carbon tonnage. Take your pen and write this final tonnage number at the very top of your paper. This is your personal baseline. By defining this specific numerical target, the abstract anxiety of global climate change becomes a localized, manageable objective. You now have a concrete number to beat. Your first area of attack is your home energy use. The electricity you consume daily draws power from grids that are actively tampering with the climate of the Earth and the very atmosphere that we breathe. This comparison shows how to standardize your home's efficiency. An incandescent bulb wastes massive energy as heat, while an LED directs almost all power into light. Your first physical action item is to swap your 5 most used bulbs to LEDs. Your second action item is to implement the 2-degree thermostat rule. Adjust your thermostat 2 degrees warmer in the summer and 2 degrees cooler in the winter. Next, you need to eliminate vampire energy. This is the continuous power drawn by devices even when turned off. Physically unplug common offenders like your kitchen toaster, your daily coffee maker, and television monitors when idle. Swapping 5 bulbs, adjusting your thermostat by 2 degrees, and unplugging idle appliances immediately lowers your electrical draw. These actions compound over the year to significantly reduce the ambient carbon load you force into the atmosphere. The items you buy and eat also carry a heavy environmental cost. Massive tracts of natural land are cleared to support agricultural consumer demand. Because the soil of a rainforest isn't very good, that land degrades quickly, forcing industries to clear even more natural filters to maintain production. You can relieve this agricultural land pressure by making a simple dietary shift. Commit to swapping just 1 beef-based meal per week for a plant-based alternative. You also need to verify your supply chains. When you look closely at this packaging layout, you can see specific certification logos for sustainable forestry and agriculture. Always check your household goods for these markers before purchasing. Pick up your pen again. Write down these 2 specific consumption commitments: 1 plant-based meal swap and checking for sustainable labels. This is the second phase of your plan. By changing your consumption habits, you directly starve the industrial practices that are responsible for destroying the Earth's natural environment. The final phase addresses the daily transportation you use to commute. Every gallon of fuel burned injects carbon dioxide directly into the fragile atmosphere. Your required commitment here is to permanently alter your commute for just 1 day out of the week. This breakdown compares the carbon emissions per mile for different travel methods. A single occupancy vehicle produces the most waste by far. You must choose an alternative for your 1 altered day: joining a carpool, taking public transit, riding a bicycle, or working remotely. Decide which of those transit alternatives works best for your schedule and record it as the final bullet point on your written list. Disrupting your standard transportation routine actively lowers the baseline emissions you calculated at the start of this process. You are shifting from a contributor to a mitigator. Review the physical document you just created. You now have a complete, personalized strategy documenting your energy, consumption, and transit commitments. It is easy to feel insignificant when facing a civilizational threat, but the list in your hand is physical proof of your agency. It proves that you have the capacity to act. Take your written plan and place it in a highly visible daily location. Put it on your refrigerator or your bathroom mirror. Keep it where you will see it every day to ensure accountability. There is one thing that is biologically certain about the human species, is that it is a human species, one species. Simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves. Our survival depends on immediate execution. As you look at your list, remember the rule. Miracles don't happen. Sweat happens. Efforts happens. Thought happens. You.